We're going to have a look at Attack on Titan today, which is basically a live-action version of a popular manga and anime. What came first? Was it the manga or the anime?
I don't actually know.
Fair enough. But basically, this is kind of fairly recent. The anime it's been out a little while now. And now this movie is obviously a Japanese film, so it's spoken in Japanese language. If you are going to watch it, be prepared. You're going to have to read some subtitles or potentially get a dubbed version. Now, I'm not actually a big anime fan myself, so I can't really tell you how it compares to the anime or the manga, but Amy here is a big anime fan, so we're going to get her kind of response about what she thinks about it, to give you the comparison, and I can tell you what I think about it as someone who hasn't watched the anime or read the manga. But basically the story here is it takes place at some point in the kind of the future, I'm guessing, and mankind has all but been wiped out aside from this kind of like walled city, and this kind of walled city keeps out these huge giant things called titans, which are kind of like messed up looking sort of junkless giants basically that kind of go around and eat humans. And basically it tells a story of a group of survivors, basically, and then there hasn't been an attack in 100 years, is that right? Well, let's say 100 years or so, so they kind of, there's been generations where they haven't seen these things, and they kind of, a lot of people think, oh, it's just a myth, but then of course as you'd expect, there was an attack by a ginormous one, and obviously it kills off the majority of people, and it's up to these kind of few survivors to try and fight back and defend their city against the onslaught of these massive titans. So we'll start with Amy first. What did you like about this movie adaptation?
Some of the characters were very similar to the anime characters. Mikasa, who I've long suspected is actually an android, but that's my theory. It's very much not true. Because she's just so monotone and all she wants to do is protect Eren. She's very monotone and very boring in the film also. So I guess I like that. Armin was quite nice. He was exactly how I imagined him, and the city was, yeah, it was good, and the costumes were nice. But in my opinion, I wasn't a huge fan. It's like they took the anime and took all the things I love, stripped them out, and then made a film.
Okay. So you prefer the anime, would you say?
By a country mile.
So for me, I actually thought this started off fairly strong. It starts off quite quickly. One of the things for me, having watched the anime, I didn't get a sense necessarily of the world, if that makes sense, because it kind of starts off fairly quickly. I guess in the more of a long running series, you can kind of build up the characters and build up the world a little more. But for me, just kind of going into it cold, I felt like I didn't really was quite understanding the world that these people are living in. And initially when it started, I couldn't help but feel the way it was directed and the way it was kind of acted reminded me of a cutscene in a video game. Just the kind of the way that people sort of delivered their lines and stuff like that, to the actors delivering the lines and the kind of the gaps between certain sentences, things like that. It kind of reminds me of cutscenes. I actually really loved the designs of them, because they look pretty freakish, and there's not a standardised type, which I kind of liked. You have ones that are of sort of variety of sizes and things like that, and it's pretty gruesome, and they kind of labour the fact they're picking up these people and literally just slowly kind of dropping them down their throat. So it's pretty gruesome. I mean, it's not explicit. You don't see a lot of close-up guts, but you can kind of get the impression these people are getting chewed up, and you see a fair bit of blood from a kind of a distance and stuff. So it is quite violent. But I did like the attacks. What did you think in regards to the effects?
I thought, I like the Titans. I thought the Titans looked good. I think the special Titans, the Colossus, the one towards the end that starts attacking the other Titans, they were quite laughable. They just look so false.
I'm not sure what the budget was of this. I mean, obviously, it coming outside the Hollywood studio system, the effects. I mean, there's obviously a lot. There's obviously a lot of effects. So they've obviously made this world, and pretty much every kind of scenery is a green screen for a lot of it. I think. Yeah,
definitely.
So they've obviously had to kind of make the budget stretch, but there are the big sort of action set piece at the end is very kind of green screeny to me, and you know, I guess if that's the best that they can do, I suppose it's exciting, but it looks like a cartoon to me. I like the art direction, but I just don't think it had quite the budget behind it to kind of really sort of sell it. But again, because it's not a Hollywood film, you know, I kind of give it some leeway. I thought certainly the initial action set piece with the first Titan attack was excellent. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that scene. And there's kind of I guess there's three main action bits, I would say. The last one reminded me of Godzilla.
It reminded me of Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Megazords.
I was going to say Power Rangers actually, but yeah, it really reminded. I wasn't so keen on that, I have to say.
No.
It kind of. I didn't really understand what was happening. Obviously, Amy was kind of aware of what was going to happen because she's seen the anime and stuff. But I mean, to me, it didn't really make a lot of sense. As a person who hasn't watched the anime, I mean, they apparently have changed some stuff to try and kind of make it a bit more accessible to people who haven't watched the series, but I mean,
they took all the good bits out though. They took out Captain Levi and Erwin, Commander Eren. He was brilliant, and I think they should have really explained the city a bit more, because I don't think it was terribly clear that it was three concentric walls.
I didn't realise that until they actually said like halfway through the film.
In the anime, when the Titans attack, they all try and get through to the second wall because to the safety behind another wall. Where in this, they all kind of ran to a church.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I think it was a church anyway. And I was like, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense.
And I didn't get that I didn't realise the Titans were not intelligent until someone had said it near the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, there was like there wasn't enough world building, and I guess because it's trying to condense this like huge story into a kind of a 2-hour film, it's kind of missing some parts. Now, I will say this is made to be a series of films. So, how much is this film compared to the anime series? How much of the?
It's pretty close. They've missed out a lot of things, and I don't know whether they're planning to kind of reintroduce them in the next films to make it make more sense. But I don't know without seeing it, really.
I still quite enjoyed it, although it is a little nonsensical, but I feel that's probably fair to say of most Asian kind of movies that I watch. But giving it a mark out of 10, would you say? What would you give it?
I'd give it a 4, I'd say. If you're going to watch it, watch the anime.
I'm going to give this a 6.5. I kind of enjoyed it. For the kind of the cool, there was quite a lot of action in it, and I kind of liked the designs of the kind of the Titans, especially there's like a baby one, which I kind of enjoyed.
There's some really nice deaths as well.
Yeah, there's some pretty gruesome deaths. So for the kind of the action stuff, I kind of enjoyed it. I thought the characters were kind of a little bit cookie cutter cliche to me. I know they're kind of based off the anime, but you know, there you go. But 6.5 for me, 4 out of 10. For Amy, have you seen it? What did you think of it? How did you feel it compared to the actual anime? What did you prefer? Leave us a comment and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.